Oh, God. ChatGPT has released a new voice assistant feature inspired by Scarlett Johansson's AI character in Her, which I've never bothered to watch because without that body, what's the point of listening? Well, tonight, guys, is our Christmas show, and we have a tradition where Che and I give each other jokes to read.
So, we're making each other read jokes live on air that the other person has never seen before.
Right, and the idea is to give each other, like fun jokes that could be fun.
Yeah, sure, but before we start, there's someone very special here who was last on this show, season 3, 46 years ago, poet, author, and activist. Please welcome Dr. Hattie Davis, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, Colin, you can start with your first joke.
Hi. Oh my God. A group of geneticists have announced plans to bring back the dodo and reintroduce it to Africa. And if you ask me, I can think of at least one dodo I'd like to reintroduce to Africa.
The woman's an activist, Colin. Last month, Beyonce posted a photo on Instagram of herself in a chrome Versace dress and platinum blonde hair that many people online described as too white. In fact, Beyonce looked so white that I was finally attracted to her. That is, wow.
The Adult Survivors Act, which allowed sex abuse victims to file lawsuits even after the statute of limitations expired, has resulted in several new suits. Figures, because bitches love bringing up old stuff. Am I right?
The woman marched with King. MJ, the musical about the life of Michael Jackson, has become one of the highest grossing shows on Broadway. And my review of the acting is the same as my opinion of MJ's trial. Michael is amazing, but the kids are not believable at all. But I don't want to end like that. It's the holidays, and I want to end on a positive, uplifting note, especially with all the turmoil in the Middle East right now. So I want to say from the bottom of my heart, whether you're Jewish or Muslim, y'all need Jesus. Wow. Oh, wow. Wow.
That was really...
Wow.
That was a great message.
Wow.
That was a great message.
Colin. Wow.
That's a great message. If people can find you on Instagram, that's cool. New York State now allows movie theaters to serve alcohol, which is how I'm finally able to enjoy my wife's little art movies. I'm kidding, honey. I love all of your movies. And if you ask me, you're an even better Black Widow than Coretta Scott King. Well, tonight is our season finale, and we have a tradition where Che and I give each other jokes to read.
Yeah, we're making each other read jokes live on air that the other person has never seen before.
That's right. And the let's not applaud yet. The idea is, of course, to give each other fun jokes, almost supportive jokes that would never ruin our summer or our career.
Yeah, but before we start, last time we did this, I hired an actress to pretend to be a civil rights hero. And that was low. So to make it up to you this time, I invited an actual practicing rabbi. Please welcome Rabbi Jill. Go ahead, Colin. Why don't you tell the first joke?
Oh, yes. I'm just as excited as all of you. Pro-Palestinian protesters walked out of Jerry Seinfeld's commencement address at Duke University, and I think that's disgraceful. During these difficult times, it's important to support our Jewish friends. That's why the only chant you'll hear from me is "Free Weinstein." Keep fighting, Harvey. Am I right, Bubala?
I thought you did that good. I wouldn't have said that. Pope Francis said this week that sexual pleasure is a gift from God. Unfortunately, it was in response to the question, should the church still have altar boys? Speaking of kids, wait, new data shows that middle school students have only made up a third of the math skills they lost during the pandemic. Their math was so bad, they didn't get it when I texted them, you plus me equals 69. Colin, wow, okay.
Wow. Hey, you put it in text. Chat, oh God. ChatGPT has released a new voice assistant feature inspired by Scarlett Johansson's AI character in Her, which I've never bothered to watch because without that body, what's the point of listening?
You got a little more there.
So Rabbi Jill, if you're here, who's controlling the weather?
I don't even get that joke, Colin.
Yeah.
Multiple women have posted videos on TikTok claiming that while walking the streets of New York, they were randomly punched by men. Well then, damn, get the hell out of my way, bitch. And speaking of bitches, I want to call out the biggest bitch of all, Kendrick Lamar. Or should I say littlest? Oh, your war with Drake may be over, but your war with Michael Che is just beginning. So to quote Hamilton, shoot your shot, player. That was pretty well done, man. That was pretty well done. Okay. Oh, I don't like that one bit.
Well, this next joke might be a little too offensive for me to say. So, Rabbi Jill, will you be a mensch and help me out?
How?
Would you hand me that puppet?
Colin, don't use the puppet.
Oh my God. It was reported that Comcast, the owners of NBC, told MSNBC to curb their criticism of Israel. And if they don't, we'll hit them with our space lasers.
Oh no!
Rabbi? Rabbi? For Weekend Update, I'm Colin Jost.
I'm Michael Che. Have a great summer.